My girlfriend was 15 when she was raped at a high school house party. The host, who she thought was attractive, raped her. It was her first sexual experience. It wasn't consensual, it wasn't special. And she blames herself. She shouldn't have been there. She shouldn't have laughed at that one joke. She shouldn't have worn her school uniform skirt. I've been to house parties. I've laughed at jokes. I've worn my school uniform, but I wasn't raped. So, is it really about what she did? Or is it actually about what he did to her? This rape has affected her life. She started making a lot of small changes to try to cope with the pain, the hurt, the humiliation, the fear. And after a while, those small changes became big changes, changing her whole life. She went from being this carefree, happy teenager full of life, full of ambition, wanting to be a doctor that saves lives, to being anxious, pessimistic, cynical, a dental's assistant who fakes her happiness every day. With therapy, in 15 years, she might be more positive. But she will never have her happiness back. And that's all because one man decided not only take her virginity, but destroy her whole life too. I remember hearing the story, and it made me angry. He stole the happiness of the woman I want to spend the rest of my life with. And to him, he's oblivious. He doesn't know what he did to her, neither does he care. He was raised in South Africa's masculine culture, which entitles him to live his life the way he chooses, even at the expense of women. And that's what angers me the most, because I was raised the same way. I cannot speak for women. I cannot imagine what they go through every single day at the whim of men. But I can speak to men because I was raised the same way. Now, there are some men who remember their cultural roles as protectors. And to those men, I say thank you. But I also challenge you. I challenge you to continue allowing women the freedom to express themselves the way they see fit. And now there are many men who have forgotten their roles as protectors. And to those men, I speak to you now. When you see a woman running down the side of the road for fitness, her marathon goals, or a chance to get out the house, and you decide to slow down, to honk, to jeer, to catcall, to stare, to comment, do anything besides drive away, in that moment, you've made her feel unsafe, and you have failed as a protector. You have failed as a man. Protect her. For the traditional man who wants his wife to cook, to clean, to have sex with him on demand at the threat of any sign of violence, intimidation, manipulation, isolation, in that moment, you have made her feel unsafe, and you have failed as a man. Protect her. In the workspace, when you make sexually charged comments at the expense of her looks, her dress code, her intellect, her desire to want to be a professional, you have made her feel unsafe. And in that moment, you have failed as a man. Protect her. When you raise your son to be strong, ambitious, a go-getter who gets what he wants, when he wants, but you raise your daughter to be submissive, supportive, to beg, to plead. You have made her feel unsafe. And in that moment, you have failed as a man and as a father. Protect her. As men, it's our duty to make sure that women are given the freedom to live their lives the same way we live our lives. The second we can start creating some protection for women and making them feel safe, women will have access to happiness. And in the woman's happiness, you will find your own happiness. As men, we've got to learn that women are not of service to us, and we cannot claim their free will anymore. In this very same culture, men, we are taught to protect our families at all costs. So protect women, our woman today, right now. Protect her by making her feel safe, even if that means leaving her alone.